to go ahead and share my screen. I want you guys to see, can you see my website? There's a picture of a man and child by a window. Okay, so what we all think about when we go to view our website is what it looks like right here on a desktop or a laptop. In my case, I am showing you from my laptop. So I am going to scroll through this, but the importance of how this looks is if we put it as a percentage, it's like less than 40%. 60, I'm trying to remember what the actual statistic is. I think it was 64% of users and consumers are viewing our websites using their mobile device or a tablet. Mobile device can't be tracked separate from tablet, so we say both, but a mobile device is how most people are looking at your website. So the most important way for us to view it when we're thinking about making changes is from a mobile device. Now I'm going to show you the quick changes right here, and then I'm going to pull up my website on my phone as well so I can show that to you. I am on my website. It will typically be your first name, last name, .npdodge.com. We call it a rebrand website. All the agent websites, we call them that, and you'll hear us say that over and over. So when I say rebrand, just think that's my website. We call it rebrand because the entire NP Dodge website is rebranded to you, which means you have the full function of the main site, just rebranded. So a consumer can get to any property from your website. It doesn't matter who the agent is that has it listed or the broker that's representing it. It's going to look like you represent that property, and the consumer can look at any property. Now on your website, all action buttons such as schedule a showing, more information, contact me, any of those kind of action buttons will be a direct lead back to you. So it's really important when we are sharing properties from a website, instead of doing it from the general NP Dodge site, that you do it from your website, StacyTrebian.npdodge.com, NikkiKershaw.npdodge.com, DwayneSullivan.npdodge.com. That is your website. Now, the few changes I'm going to go over as I scroll down, the first one is your bio. So if I get down to this about me, I can click read more. Mine is so old, I need to update it. But this about me, this is the place where I was telling you, if you have the default paragraph that's applied to every website when an agent comes on, you have repetitive content. So we need to, first and foremost, get this switched out with something unique to you. Custom content. Nikki has a really great document that I'm going to send out after this class. It just goes over a lot of great verbiage, some, keywords, phrases that you can use and to really help you to jumpstart how to create one of those. Maybe you want to revisit yours and rewrite it. You can use that document to kind of find some of those buzzwords that are really good to have in a bio. Also, never hesitate to reach out to Nikki or I. We can help you write your bio. We can help, if you already wrote it, we can help to edit it. We can help you get it on your website. If you forget where I show you how to do it today, we can do it in 2 seconds. So don't hesitate to just send it to us for any of those reasons. So the bio right here is one of the main pieces I'm going to be showing you today. And then as I scroll up a little bit, I want to come back here. So you'll see this follow me section. The follow me section is where you can link your social media. So if you have a Facebook account, Instagram, LinkedIn, your Zillow profile, I think there's like a huge list of them. It's insane how many there are. But you can link your social media accounts right here so that underneath this follow me, your consumers or clients or customers who are on your site can click on those to get right to your pages. So that's another thing I'm going to show you. And as I keep scrolling down on the page, you'll see this dark blue section that says my reviews. So these are testimonials or reviews that you actually have the control of on your website. There's not a link to send to your client so that they can write one and then have it post here automatically. And the reason we do that is because you have so many outlets to get reviews, your Zillow profile, your Facebook page, let's say realtor.com. Let's say you get a review on any one of those accounts, you can actually copy and paste those into the admin of your website and have them appear here. Other ways we receive testimonials is through written cards from your clients, emails, texts. You may get, it may just be after closing and you get just a really nice text from one of your clients, and in their minds, they weren't actually writing a formal review, but you say, hey, that would be really nice to put on my website. You can ask them, hey, do you mind if I put those words on my website and say that, put it was by you? Then you didn't have to go through the formal request to ask them for a review, either on your Facebook, Google, or Zillow. You actually were able to just copy and paste from a text that you received. So this review section is completely controlled by you. And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit further and show you this featured neighborhood. So this featured neighborhood, if you do nothing with it, every time this page reloads, so if I go to a different page and then come back, or if I click the refresh button, or if I close this window and I pull my website back up again, this will cycle through all the different neighborhoods that are in the website. And you actually have the opportunity to select one specific one to appear here. Now, you could select one to appear today through 3 months from now, and then in a month, and at that time, then you can schedule another one to take over its place. You don't have to touch this section. Most agents let it just cycle through, but if you really focus on one area or a few areas, it might make sense to kind of set up featured neighborhoods here on your site. Last thing I'm going to go over today, as I scroll down, is this new video section. So you have the ability to host videos right here on your page. You can put up to 6. It's going to show the first 2, and then you'll have a button that says view all 5 or all 6, or if you had 3, it'd say view all 3. But you can host up to 6 videos right here on your website. And this is super easy to do. If you are creating videos and you're starting to do some content that way, you can get, maybe a video testimonial from someone, or like a video bio of yourself. It's a great place to put it on your website. So those are the things I'm going to go over how to do today. But before I do that, I'm actually going to stop this share. Give me just a second here. I am going to share my phone. All right, give me a second here. All right, can you guys see my website now from my phone? Yes? Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the exact same things I showed you on a desktop, but on the mobile site, because like I said, the majority of consumers are viewing your website this way. So this is the view that we need to take into account. Really important to view any changes that you make on your website through your mobile device so that you can see what it looks like and how most people are going to view it. So as I scroll down, we're going to get to, there's that follow me. So you see I've got my social media icons right there. The about me section stacks a little bit differently. Everything kind of stacks in one row here. I'm going to click read less. The reviews, it's going to narrow it down to, I should change my first one. That one's not nice. To just one review, and you can toggle through them by clicking on the arrows in the top right corner. As I scroll down further, here is that featured neighborhood section. So again, same content, but it's really just stacked. The images on top and smaller, and the content is below it. And then the videos. So again, it'll show your first 2 and then give you a button to select to view all the videos. So just remember as you make changes that this is a really important thing to look at. Any questions before I jump into the admin and show you how to do this? Feel free to unmute yourself if you do have a question. No? Okay. All right. I am going to leave this call from my phone so I'm not confused. Give me just a second here. Ooh, that's tricky. All right, I'm still here. Weird, I was on the same account on 2 devices, so give me just a second. I am going to share my screen again. Can you guys see my website? Yeah. Okay, awesome. I am going to log into NPD Office to show you where to make these changes. So if you've never made these changes before, log into NPD Office. And then most of the work that we're going to do is under website admin and then my info. So go ahead and click on my info to get to where we make most of these changes. So the first thing you see is this Stacy agent information. Step 1, step 2, step 3, a lot of this information you all cannot change because it's actually our database of all the agents, and it has information that we don't want editable. But if you need changes to any of these, let us know. Step 4, so if I get down to step 4, that's where my bio lives. Here you can see my bio right in here. Now, I can make changes to this just by typing in here. On its own, it's kind of like a Word document. You've got these editors at the top. I can copy and paste in here if I've written my bio somewhere else. You do have the ability to add images. So this is an image icon, and we can add links. So you can see here's a link icon. I can add those here. As I'm writing my bio, if this is a little bit tricky to see, I feel like this is kind of condensed. If I click on these 4 arrows right here in the top left corner, it will expand and make it a lot easier for me to do this editing of my bio. But this is where that bio lives. So you, more than anything, if you've never made changes, delete that default paragraph and put something custom in here. Even if you haven't finished it, put something in there to show search engines that you do have unique content and that you don't have repetitive content. This, again, if you have questions on that or want help with it, Nikki and I would be happy to help you with it. I'm going to send out, like I said, that document afterwards that gives you some great jumping off points for creating that bio.
How do you link?
All right, you want me to show you how to link?
Just a quick, yeah.
Sure. Okay, so let's say, let me make some changes here. I want to create a sentence that says, click here to go to a website or page, right? So I want this to become a button to another website. All I have to do is highlight the word that I want to become the button. Once I've done that, up here next to that image icon is the chain, or it looks like a chain. And if I hover over it, it says link. If I click on link, all I have to do is paste the web address that I want that button to go to into this box. I'll grab one real quick. Let me cancel. Oh, there we go. So let's say I want it to link to this website. I obviously wouldn't want to link to my website on my website. That's weird, but maybe a different page. All I have to do is highlight this web address, right click, copy, and go back to that admin. Remember, I pulled up that link button. I'm going to right click again and click paste, and then OK. And now you'll see that here became a button with the underline, which we know is a universal sign for a link out. So now if I saved this, it is going to have that link on there like a button. We do have a quick video of this on our training website that just talks you through how to do a link also. So if you're like, never going to remember that, Stacy, thanks a lot, we do have a quick video on it. And Nikki and I, like I said, we can help you do this super quick. So don't be overwhelmed by some of the changes maybe that you want to make that you don't feel like you can get done in a timely manner. Do you have any more questions on that?
Doug the other day was trying to do a bio, and this is where you're going to add that bio, Doug, if you haven't got it added already.
Yep. Doug actually used
Thank
his
you.
resources and reached out to me and we got it on there.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. Thank you for helping.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Okay, so once I've made any changes to that bio, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom of this page. And in the bottom left side, you're going to see this saved changes. Make sure you click that anytime you make a change to your bio. If you don't click that and then you change screens, it's not going to save the content that you just took the time to create. Okay, next one, I am going to walk across the top, these blue words here at the top. So videos, remember I showed you on the homepage of your website that you could have up to 6 videos. This is where they live. It's so easy. I'm going to click on this videos tab and you'll see I have my 5 other videos here. And if I keep scrolling down, I have the ability to add another video. To add a video to your website, all you need is the link to the website and you have to give it a name. So let's say I went to my YouTube channel and I have this video, and this one is Farming and Labels with RPR, and I want to put this video on my website. I can either copy the web address in the top URL bar or the web address in that search bar, or click the share button, and the URL is right here. URL equals web address. It's the same thing. So you'll hear URL or you'll hear web address. It's the same thing. So I can just click copy here. And then when I go back to my admin, I am going to paste the URL right here and give it a name. I'm going to click add video and I'm done. That is all you have to do to add a video to your website. Now, the work before that is what video are you adding? Do you have a YouTube video or a YouTube channel with the videos that you've already created hosted there? That's the work ahead of time. But if you do have a video, maybe you work with marketing to get one, or you start doing them with your clients, or you've done a bio, you'll have a YouTube channel and you can host them there. And then all you need is the link. Paste it in here to add it to your website. Okay, that's videos. I'm going to go over here a little bit on the blue tabs at the top and click on social profiles. This is where I've added my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And if I scroll down, so here you can see the 4 I've added. If I scroll down, you're going to get the option to add or change a social network. So this drop down gives you so many options. You can add your Instagram, LinkedIn, who has MySpace or Newsvine, Pandora. I mean, really your Pinterest is a good one to add if you have it. Your Twitter account if you do Twitter, but this huge long list exists in the back office. So let's say you wanted to add your Facebook business page to link to your website. That in the back office is called a Facebook fan page. So back in the day, Facebook business pages used to be called fan page. So that is what it's still called in the back office. And when you want to add your business page, you'll just click on that one. Then it asks for your username, ID, or link. What's really nice is if I scroll down, it's going to give me an example of what it's actually asking for. So in the case of Facebook right here, it says it doesn't need the HTTPS www.facebook.com. It only needs the custom information after the backslash. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me pull up Facebook here. All right, I'm going to go to my fake business page. And then I want you to see at the top the URL. Do you guys see facebook.com with a /? All we need is what's after that /. So my unique user ID for Facebook business is Stacy Jansen, NP Dodge Real Estate. So that's all that I would actually be taking and putting in to this section right here. Oh, I didn't actually copy it. Let me go back there real quick. Copy. And some of you, it might be easy to remember. You wouldn't have to copy and paste it. But when I want to add my business page, I just click Facebook fan page. Here's my user ID and click add or change social network. Now I'm not going to do that. I already have it on there. It's up here. But that is how you add your social media. And if I scroll down, depending on which one you're doing, it tells you what information they need. But in most of them, it's just going to be what's after the /, which is unique to your page. Do you guys have questions on the social media? No? Okay. All right, next we are going to go over to the testimonials, which is right after social profiles. If I click on testimonials, you can see here are the ones that I have on my account right now. And if I want to add more, I just scroll down to the bottom and I can add the author. Maybe, oh my word, can't think today. Maybe you don't want to use full first name, last name. You can determine what kind of naming convention you want to use. There's no right or wrong answer. Typically, you'd want to have permission from your client to use their full name, or maybe you want to create a system where you say, Nikki, she's a buyer, or Nikki is a seller. Maybe it's Nikki K, and then say seller. Kind of determine what kind of naming convention you want it to be and keep consistent. The next one asks for a date. So this is where it gets a little tricky. So if I put a date in here, it is going to appear next to that testimonial. If I am not good about adding testimonials often, that can look really dated. So if I put one in today and I don't add one for another year and a half, I may have had business and had people I could have asked for testimonials from, but maybe I didn't, or maybe I didn't put them in my website. It's going to look like I haven't been doing business for the last year. So in that case, some of you may wish to delete out the date and not have one. However, if you put a date in here, it will show the most current testimonial at the front. So that is your way to make sure that the current ones are at the front. There's no way currently to order the testimonials how you want other than most recent if you're using dates. Totally up to you. Some people will not use a date and some people will date them, and just make sure it is like on your list to add them occasionally so that it doesn't look outdated. But then all I have to do is either copy and paste the testimonial from wherever it was. Maybe it was in on your Google My Business or on your Zillow profile. Maybe again, it was a text, an email, a card. In that case, you can just type the testimonial in this box or copy and paste the information. Once you've added that, you just click add testimonial at the bottom and it will automatically add it to your website. Now, one other piece about this is if you are adding testimonials here, when it comes to your newsletter that's on the 15th of every month, you will have the ability to, if you customize it, to add a testimonial every month to your newsletter. This is where it pulls from. So all of these will populate in that editor and you can say, yep, use the one from Nikki on this month and just select it. And then you can select a different one next month. So if you're looking at customizing your newsletter, make sure you have testimonials in here so you can choose one to add to your newsletter on the 15th of every month. Do you guys have questions on testimonials? No? All right. Next one I'm going to show you, last one, are those featured neighborhoods. So I am going to go out of this section to get to that piece by clicking on website admin, which again, that's where we went to get to the My Info section. But this time we're going to come under website content and click on My Featured Communities. You guys see that, My Featured Communities? That's where I am going to click. And then I'm going to scroll down and you can see my current community. Let's say I'm a Fremont agent and I want it to be on Fremont forever. You can see I added a start date and the end date of 2045. So that one's staying on there forever. Now I can always modify that community. I can modify the start and end date. I can delete this one. But all I have to do to select the featured community is choose a community from this dropdown. Let's say I want Aksarben. I can enter a start date. Let's say I want it to start today. Maybe I want it to end next week. And then I click add. That is going to be my featured community for the next week. Now, what's nice is that then I can come in and select one for the following week. If I want to really be specific on which communities populate on my website, I can do that this way. I'll click add. Now, once those time out, it's just going to cycle through all of the communities again. But you can see how I'm scheduling out which ones will appear and for how much time they will appear. You guys have questions on the featured neighborhoods? No. Okay.
Stacy, can clients, if they're on the website going, can I see a different community? They can choose a different community, right?
So all of your websites have this, under the menu, have this neighborhood section. And that takes you to all of the different communities. So it first starts with what we call parent community. So maybe you want to look at the neighborhoods within Midtown, downtown, they can do that on your website. And then they can see the smaller ones, if they're narrowing down even further, they can explore that specific neighborhood as well. Yep. So there's a neighborhood section on all of your websites. And the community that you select and put on your homepage, the featured community, if I go back to the homepage here, if I scroll down, now these changes sometimes take a little time before it's effect. It might still show Fremont for a little bit until it switches to the one I created. Let me give it a minute to think here. Nope, it already switched to Aksarben. So they can directly from here click Explore Neighborhood. It'll take them to that neighborhood from your homepage, but then they can look at other neighborhoods as well in that neighborhood section. So that again was selected under website admin, website content, my featured communities. So many people get overwhelmed when they think about doing updates or changes to their website. Don't let it overwhelm you. There are so many things you can do, but the things I showed you today are the things that are the most impactful when it comes to looking like you have made changes, looking like it's fresh and up to date. If you stay on top of those 5 things, you really don't need to do much to the rest of your site. Now, for any of you who have attended the advanced website classes, you know that you can delete, move, change, add all your own custom pages if you want to. We can totally modify and manipulate the whole menu and the different pages and the content on them. But don't feel like you have to. If you make these changes, they're going to be impactful on your site. They're going to be impactful when it comes to SEO or search engine optimization, and it's going to look up to date and like you made an effort on your website. Another thing to remember, other than make sure that you check your mobile site and like how it looks there, is that when you're looking at other agent sites, you're the only ones that are doing that. Most of your clients are really only looking at your site. They're not looking at everybody else's. So if you're worried that, it looks the same or there's not something different, just remember that we start to look at everyone's websites because we're looking for things to do on our sites, or we're looking to make it different. But the consumer is typically, if I am Philip's client, I'm going to go to his website and I'm not going to be looking at all the other agent websites. So don't concern yourself too much with making all the pages unique to you, because most people don't drill in that far.